Yo, 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 what's up, Bulls Nation, Bulls family? Y'all already know it's the Bully Sports Show, man. We back with another one. Today we got some interesting topics to talk about. To wrap up Summer League, the final three roster spots that the Bulls need to occupy. Who could those pieces be? Is there anybody on this Summer League team that interests you? You know, and how can we wrap up the summer, man? So that's what we brought y'all here to talk about today. But first and foremost, let me ask my co-host, Q, how you doing, bro?
Doing great, man. Ready to get into it, bro. It's a good day.
Yeah, Sunday, man. Sunday,
It's a
man.
good
I know
day.
you got a lot for Dalen Terry over here, so
I mean, I ain't finna go hard on bro or nothing. I was just, a little disappointed like a lot of other people. That's all
well,
for me.
well, since we brought that up, let's start. Let's get to the performance piece of the Bulls Summer League. It is the only Bulls basketball that we got to watch within like the last month or so since the season ended. It's been a lot of smoke with the rumors and everything, so everybody stay up to date. Make sure y'all stay locked in with us. Any breaking news we is dropping, we try to get to y'all at least once a week, so stay locked in. But in that summer league performance, man, what you grading Dalen Terry, man? What you giving it? I hear you say you ain't gonna go too hard on him, but you're a
And,
little disappointed. So what that disappointment
and
grade look?
bro, basically get a C minus.
C minus, C
Yeah,
minus.
C minus. Yeah, because someone put it best. They was like, we spent all season wondering why he never came in, and then we just seen the summer league, and now it's like we see why he never came in. It's kind of tough, man. It's kind of tough. It's not that he's bad. It's just that what he's good at, we don't need from him. And it's just hard to put him in a rotation with that. He didn't really show improvement on his 3 point shooting. Um, you
I
don't think he
mean
could be a pure point guard.
that last
You,
game he caught fire though, man. He was four
I
for
mean,
five, you know.
that's the reason it's a C minus. I would have probably gave him a C plus if he did it in like game four when it like mattered, when the game they could get them to the playoffs or something. Then I'd be like, okay, but that was almost that's the game when you still got a couple games left in the season, but you already know you're not going into the playoffs. And this man just all of a sudden start catching fire at the end of the season. Like that's what he just did.
So basically, you calling the empty stats, man.
Yeah, that's not it. It would have. Let's say he did literally. If he would have did that 2 games before the game before, I'd be like, okay, C plus. You caught fire at the right time. That's all that mattered. But nah, like at this point, you guys are already out the playoffs. There's no expectations. Um, I almost didn't even know you gonna have that game. So I stick with C minus. Though I am happy he did have a good game.
Okay, okay. Well, we could acknowledge, that final game. That was clearly his best game of the summer league. I think he only shot 34% from the field, 36% from three. Shot the ball terrible. But like you kind of alluded to, I did like the other aspects of his game, like being able to, assist, rebound, steal, bring energy. I think that was the most thing I was probably look forward to seeing each and every game that was consistent was just the energy level. It seemed like each and every night I did feel the effort out there. Now the execution that's totally different. But you giving Dalen Terry a C, man, C minus. I can almost agree with you on that. I think for me, I might have to go D plus, man. I was a little bit disappointed. Second year coming in, didn't get that many minutes last year. If you seen how Patrick Williams played when he was in summer league his second season, he was taking over.
Oh
Pat
yeah.
was that guy. It was no doubt in mind. He was, facilitating point forward, scoring the ball. I think averaging about 20 points a game. You look at other, dominant forces around the summer league. The second year guys, the Jabari Smiths. Um, you got Keegan Murray had a strong second outing. Uh, Even dating back to uh, I don't even know if Mobley played last year, but I know Mobley. It's these guys where it's like, okay, when you put them in, they clearly better than the talent that's out there. I don't get that. I didn't get that vibe from Dalen. It seemed like Dalen was, if I didn't know, if I was just to go to a Bull Summer League game and I didn't know anybody, I wouldn't think he was the second year guy. I would have thought he was, a rookie
No,
just like
definitely.
everybody else.
Or a guy fighting for a spot at the rate he was playing. Um,
Yeah.
I think at this moment would be best for Dalen Terry is if we did send him down to the G League for a little bit, let him get more reps in.
I mean, he
I
did
feel
that
like
last year. The only thing that scared me is I don't want to do the same thing that we did with Marco. Like Dalen was a first round pick, right
yeah,
after the lottery. After that, it was 3 spots after the lottery. This one pick after Tari Eason. Tari Eason is a full time role player at this moment in his career. For Dalen, I think this year you got to give him at least 20 games, maybe. Just try him, see if you can get some consistency out of there. And then within those 20 games, if he can't find his way, then you send him down. But we gotta see what we got in him. He a number not a number one pick, but a first round pick. And I
well,
don't know how much development you could get in the G League.
well, I mean, I just want him to be. I don't want to say he looked uncomfortable, but he didn't look. He didn't look good. He just like you said, you don't like him at the point guard, and it doesn't look like he's best there. He probably would be best as a 2 or a 3, but
Yeah, he
without
dribble
that,
too high.
yeah, without that with that shot though, I don't know if that's possible. But and he's
I,
not the best finisher. He can get to the rim. He can get to the rim with ease, and that's the crazy part. So I like
yeah,
that. I like that, but he ain't. He just got to get a little bit, just be a little bit more, just a little bit better finisher.
yeah. I
It's
think
kind
that
of
come with strength, man. He got to get bigger and he got to get more
and
reps going downhill, man.
because put it like this, even Io looked better in his summer league,
Yeah,
and Io didn't even really do too much, bro. Was just consistent. He just was efficient. That's all you can really ask.
yeah. And that's, but some players do take a little bit longer to kind of, find their rhythm, find their way. I just really think us as an organization, man, we got to stop failing these young guys, man. I'm so glad
Yeah.
they hired Peter Patton, an actual training and development coach, shooting coach. We can't keep drafting these young guys and they look like they regressing and not progressing, or they looking stagnant. That's too
Well,
that's too glaring of an issue that we got within our organization, I think.
real quickly, it was something I was thinking about a couple of days ago, and I was thinking like I might throughout all the flack that we got, I always felt that Garpax drafted pretty well. If you look at it with the Wendell, the Laurie pick, you got
Yeah, they always chose safe
Jimmy's
picks. It was always
Jimmy.
safe picks.
Yeah, now it sucked when we have a lottery pick and they draft a safe. Yeah, but even when we draft late rounds, we will always be okay, even with the Jimmy Butler pick.
Yeah,
I
they
was
they
thinking
were
about
always going best player available.
so
That was
and,
always their motto.
so now here we is. I've been looking at Acme's picks and even looking at their tenure in with the Nuggets outside of Jamal Murray. They hit on Jamal Murray. They got lucky with Jokic.
Michael
Michael Porter
Porter.
failed to them. He failed to him because of the back injury. So have they really been like good draft if you really think about it? I feel like they're good at signing free agents.
No, I
I
just
think
think
they're good at finding.
they development program, and I think that's what this all gonna come down to. And for me, that's why I say we can't keep failing these players that's coming in within our organization. And of course, a lot of it is up to them. Like they have to get up and want to actually be better basketball players. But at the same time, our organization need to hold these young guys accountable. And if he not it, man, move on while you still got value. Like it's no point in
That too.
drafting somebody and like in Marco case, you draft him, you hold him on the roster for 2 years, and he don't play a lick of basketball, and you wait till year 3 to where he has no value around the league just to cut him. Like that was a whole waste of time. That was a waste of spot. That's a waste of him, in time just within the organization. So I just think like have a plan for these young guys, and I think having that development coach with Peter Patton, that was the right step, at least going in that direction.
No, definitely. So I agree with you on they. It doesn't seem like some of these players. They it didn't seem like they had a real plan for Dalen Terry more so as, or they would, or for Dalen Terry and Marco. Dude, you got to be patient for these guys too. Did
No,
they think like I didn't think they thought Marco was 2 years away when they drafted him.
I don't think nobody did, and I don't
So
think
to give
nobody
him up,
thought Dalen was 2 years away either.
so that's what I'm. So to give up Marco after 2 years, it just like kind of goes back to your point. Like, what was the plan?
No plan at all. That's what I'm saying.
Like, what was the plan?
That
Like, why
hey,
would you draft him?
hopefully he turned into a Jokic. He got the IQ and a body structure like him, and he played in the same league. Hopefully he just turned into him. Hope and luck again. If John Paxson is still a special advisor to this organization, please tell Acme and them hope and luck is not a strategy, because that was your favorite line when it came down to getting creatives and actually doing things when it came to making moves.
Once
Now it's
again,
just in a form of player development, man.
at least they used to draft a little bit better. We knew who we got when they drafted. Nowadays, we have yet to really know anything about any Acme draft pick yet.
No, but I think again, the reason why the plan is so messed up is because you trying to develop young talent and you trying to win basketball games. Young players do not win you basketball games. It takes time for them to understand, when, what not to do, the pace to the game, offensively and stuff
Mhm.
like that. Like, it takes maturity to actually be a good NBA team. And I think we got so many young guys, and none of them are stars to where it's like, okay, like you look at an Anthony Edwards. That's a young guy. He make hella mistakes. You know what I'm saying? But he too good to leave off of the floor.
But we can't get a Desmond Dang.
Shit, we got Patrick Williams, who was drafted higher than the Desmond Bain. We got Dalen Terry, who was drafted higher than the Desmond Bain. Like, we got the players, but again, it's just like when it comes down to development, we just not seeing that. Like it's non-existent almost. And I think we point the finger at Pat and we look at all of this, and Pat is the guy to blame. If we had multiple draft picks come through this door and none of them develop, like not one of them, you can't tell me them the players' fault. Like if not one, like I understand if okay, we hit here, we hit there. I think Ayo was probably the most uh seasoned young guy that we got. And he
Yeah.
regressed in year 2. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't know. It just seemed like they don't got no plan. Um, but maybe with this new player development coach, things start to look brighter, start trending in the right direction. But back onto the performance of Summer League, Q, because I think we could get on the front
Okay.
office ass all day, man.
All
I don't want
right.
to
Well, since you brought up development, I'll bring up a young guy I did like,
go ahead.
and that's Julian Phillips.
There we go. I
I
like Julian.
I like Julian Phillips. A young guy. Now I ain't saying he NBA ready, but that's a guy that I could see getting on the floor this year, especially because he play a position we need. Now I don't see him being a rotation, please, because we got Pat and Torrey Craig, But like how you mentioned earlier, can we just see him for 20 games? I think Julian Phillips might work his way into us getting to see him at least touch the floor 20 games. He had the highest vertical at the combine this year, and the shot looked good in summer league. Now I know people say it didn't look good in college, but then again, I told you they gave him the Daniel House comparison, so people think he's gonna develop that shot. It looked good in summer league. His form looked good. He shot good shots. He was always in his spots. He looked comfortable. I'm excited to see exactly what he develops into.
Yeah, Julian Phillips is a nice piece. I think he has a ton of potential. I see a lot of comparisons to Derrick Jones Jr. I don't think he's Derrick Jones Jr. To me, if he can develop correctly in the right program under the right situation, he to me he has a high ceiling, you
He
know,
does.
and he has a high floor at that too. I think, at base, again, if you think he's Derrick Jones Jr., at least you got a rotational piece. But I think as far as ceiling, the ceiling could be unlimited. Like I could see OG Anunoby, I could see a Pascal Siakam. I could see that big long wing, who can guard multiple positions. I love that he crashes the glass. Like that's something that's evident every time he's out there. He's hitting, offensive defensive rebounds consistently. Plays the right way, doesn't seem to force too many things. Plays within the rhythm of the offense, so the IQ's there. And he military, so I think he got the discipline and the work ethic, man. So again, it all come back down to development, but I did like Julian Phillips, man. I really. Let me ask you this right now: if you had to pick between two players, Dalen Terry or Julian Phillips, who you going with? Who you think gonna get the most minutes this year, based on what you've
Julian
seen in
Phillips.
some league? You going
Julian
Phillips?
Phillips. Yeah, he
Oh,
literally like checklist. He give us offensive rebounds. We need that. His shot looked better in summer league. We need that. He's taller. We need that. He plays the position. We don't have many wings. We need that. It's pretty much set up for him to just honestly, he can only mess it up at this point. But Dalen, I do understand, like he kind of coming in knowing, like in the best, even the best case scenario, he might not. He might touch the floor in garbage time. You already see you got Io. You already know like you people expect Alonzo to be back. It's kind of a little bit different for Dalen. I know Julian Phillips got to be at home. Like, hold on, like they don't know what they want to do with Pat. Torrey Craig is what he is. I could get this spot in 2 years.
definitely,
Like
definitely. I
if
don't see
I'm just
why
saying, well,
not.
yeah, like I'll
I
really be thinking that, or I'm really at the crib talking with Pat, like, hey, this we can be doing this together, and
Facts.
on some man, fuck what Zach and Demar got going on. We can have some shit going on. Like you never know,
Facts.
you never know.
Facts. I definitely think they the future. Julian, shit, Julian, Dalen, and Pat. I don't know who. Like I said, people develop and peak at certain times, but I think them three are not bad to have. They just super raw. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like it all come down to development with them, man. If we could develop them three, I think we got a nice trio of long, lengthy wings that can, do multiple things on the basketball court and affect winning. Um, that's what I like about all three of them. To me, it seems like they are the winning type basketball players. Like they're not selfish. Even though
Mm-hmm.
I think one of them is gonna have to do that. Somebody's gonna have to be able to take the mantle and want to score the ball and develop that killer instinct. Which I think it'll
I think
be.
Julian. I'm about to say I think Julian Phillips low key got that. I mean, he
Yeah,
wasn't.
I was gonna say the Pat or Julian. Shit, yeah, one
I'm
of
like,
them going shit start getting buckets.
and I can see it in Julian. I can see he wanted. I could just tell by the way he played in summer league. I'm like, this is a guy. This is a guy who probably think he Kobe on the inside.
Hey, that's nice. That's nice. If you feeling that confidence, man, I hope he feeling that way too. Shit.
I don't, this is a guy he think he Kobe for real. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah, he a hooper, bro. I like Julian. I can't wait to train the camp. Let them boys battle it out. Now
Mm-hmm.
speaking on training camp, so I could segue to my next point here. Now the Bulls do have 12 roster spots, barring any changes. Maybe Io come with that qualifying offer. He accepted that 5.2 mil. That will leave the Bulls with two more roster spots. We did get approved at the DPE. We are 8.5, I believe, under the tax threshold. So it's like if we bring Io back, we got room for two minimum contracts. Now, the tricky thing is I believe if you have 15 contracts, you get three two-way spots. If you have 14 contracts, you got to give away one of those two-way spots, and only can have two. Because going into the season, you can have at least 14 players on the roster. Now, me and you talked about this one kid, this one guy, that we think is really deserving for at least a training camp roster spot to see how he fill out, and I think deserving of a two-way contract. Now, when we look at the two-way players, we got Justin Lewis, we have Adama Sanogo, and then it's like that third contract. We got Terry Taylor. They got him on the qualifying offer right now, the two-way qualifying offer. Carlik Jones, the same way. This is MVP last year, but also you got one guy who I kind of think like he give me Gabe Vincent vibes, bro. And we talked about him last episode, Javon Freeman Liberty. Saying Ayo come back, Freeman Liberty. What you doing with him? Do you feel comfortable enough to give that man a roster spot, or you think that's your two-way your last two-way contract, or you just sending him back down to G League and let somebody else come in and do your work?
If we bring in, I think he at least needs a two-way contract considering how good he played in summer league. And if we're not gonna bring up Khalik Jones, or or if we're just gonna keep Khalik Jones in the G League, I would prefer to have Javon for a two-way. That way, I don't believe in letting someone walk who just been hooping. And he showed every game. Like the man averaged 24 points, 23 points all summer league. Probably going to make all summer league first team. Like he was really good this year. So I wouldn't let him walk. I feel like we have to at least give him some type of spot.
Hell yeah. Acme, get y'all ass on that phone.
We gotta give
that man a two-way motherfucking contract right now. Like they need to be that he needs to be signed to a two-way right now. Again, I don't base everything on summer league. But to me, when you show that level of consistency, showing that you better than these players that are here, to me, that looked like you ready to go take it up a level. You know what I'm saying? And for me, for all our young guys who not ready, we got somebody ready right now. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that's who Acme need to be betting on. Even though you didn't draft him, he was picked up undrafted, whatever the case may be. But like you got talent, man. That's what we need at our young guys. I'll be on the phone with him right now. Like, bro, lock this contract down, this two-way spot, this all you. Even if we gotta cut some motherfuckers, I'm keeping him. I ain't gonna lie.
Now, yeah. And as I was saying, you just had a G League MVP. He didn't even hoop on our summer league team, so it seemed like their minds
broke wrist.
Okay.
Yeah. So he rehabbing the shit right now.
All right. I'll take that back then. I'll take that back. I'm like, he was definitely there. Like, I've seen him at the game.
Yeah. He rehabbing right now. Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'll take it all. I'll take that back. All right. And even with that, though, I think even with that, you would still want to bring him back, see how it together, because bro was just real good all summer league again. And I know we can't put too much stock in it, but had Dalen Terry had hoop like that, we would have been like, oh yeah, he needs to be on the floor a little bit more.
Facts.
Like he showed what we was looking for out of the guy we drafted in the first round. So why we should give him the same treatment as if he showed an improvement. He looked like a guy that he looked like the guy that was he looked like our second year rookie.
Yeah.
He looked like a guy who made a second leap. And those the guys you keep. So I'm with you. He could be our Gabe Vincent. I don't want another incident of Max Strus. Like that's if we have another incident of Max Strus, I'm gonna be so upset. Because why?
Yeah, and I think we at that point because look, we got as far as the young guys go, we got Dalen, Pat,
we messed up on Lowry,
Sanogo, Ayo Dosunmu. You got Justin Lewis still in the chamber. Carlik Jones. Shit. That's 6 young guys already. Now, you know what I'm saying? Javon Freeman Liberty. That's 7. That's 7 young guys. And it's like, man, in reality, you can't have all 7 of those guys on your roster. Terry Taylor, who kind of showed a little bit of promise. I know a lot of people don't know much about him, but
yeah, I remember.
Good rebounder, can get some buckets. He baby Thad Young. So we got some talent in the young guys. We definitely got some goddamn talent out there. I think it just shit, it's gone hard to keep them all, but you know, I'm going with the most proven, man. I feel like JFL, man, he was hooping, bro. He was hooping. To me,
Oh yeah.
I put him on the roster. Like I think he can compete for some minutes. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it is what it is. You know, if you ain't ready, you ain't ready. If you ready, you ready. You know, shit. Same shit with Spencer Dinwiddie, like you said, Max Strus.
Yeah.
You know, it's a couple people that we had in house who was hooping, and we chose to go over. You know, we chose to look over them for current young guys that was on the roster that's like not proven. Like if you ain't proven, man, that's what I like about Miami, bro. That's what the Bulls need to hear, bro. If you're not hooping, sit your ass down.
Yeah,
Period. Like
yeah.
sit down.
They
Like
don't get what they gave Duncan 60 million.
hell,
You know, set,
sit.
set him right down.
Come here. Hey, yeah, you, come here. Come here. Yeah, yeah.
Hey, but this is
Keep the
what we
warm
just
up on.
do. What we talking about in the Miami game? Hey, hold on, did this man just choose politics over
Bro, bro. Bench Kobe, bench Drummond. You know what I'm saying? But like that's the big difference in the culture, man. It's like, bro, if these players hooping, man, put the best people out there, man. Like quit all of this contract and political shit. Like, man, drop all that, bro. We trying to win the fucking basketball game. Give me the best 15 players on the roster. And I think JFL shit from the young guys that I've seen, he's probably top two, top three of the young guys right now. Arguably,
of
you know.
all the guards you named? Yeah, like I would rather have him over Dalen and Io.
For sure. For sure.
And well, I got to see what he looked like. Well, we saw him. Did he? If I'm not mistaken, he played a little bit, right, last year. Did he play at all? Did he?
I probably not much though. Not
Okay,
much. Not much.
I would say we want to. I would want to see how he looks to compare him to Carlik Jones, but uh, I would want him over pretty much every guard you just named.
No, definitely, man. I think that kid got it. Again, he another homegrown product, which you know the Reinsdorf love. You know that's gonna bring some ticket sales and things like that. Now, I'm not saying this man coming in being a full blown starter. I'm not saying he's gonna crack the goddamn rotation.
I
What
mean, he
I'm
might be the
saying
best
is,
shooter though.
yeah, what I'm saying is, if he has the potential and he's putting in that work, and he go out there, say we go in preseason, he you know, giving me half of what he did in fucking summer league, that's still a rotation spot. If you can give me 12 points, 3 assists, and 4 rebounds, or whatever, shit, that's Kobe White. Shit, like, you know what I'm saying? So, I definitely think he was a bright spot in summer league. Outside of that.